So this video popped up in my YouTube feed, and I took a peek at it and skipped around a little bit. And in the last 10 minutes, the speaker Abdulrahman Hassan mentions a famous early poet who wrote a poem praising the man who murdered Ali. And he even quotes the poem, hence the text on your screen, which I added. And I first heard of that person 6 years ago in a video from Abu Layth, from Mufti Abu Layth. And I had the thought that, seeing this video today, I had the thought that it's an interesting story. And, so it would kind of be a shame if the clip of Abu Layth's account of the story just, was just buried somewhere in a long video from years ago. So I wanted to dig it up and clip it up and, show it in a video. And I figured I'd intersperse the brief clip in which Abdurrahman Hassan quotes the same part of the relevant poem. But then I had the thought that as this clip is going to also have Abu Layth expressing dismay at the fact that this extreme person also narrated a hadith in Bukhari's Sahih, that it might be worthwhile to add another clip I knew of, which is also from 6 years ago, in which Abu Layth is discussing another extreme person who narrated, a hadith, who narrated some of these traditions that were compiled by Bukhari. And that's how we wind up with a video of Abu Layth discussing, hadiths narrated by Khawarij. Now, before I play the clips, I want to offer the quick disclaimer that I don't intend this video in any sort of polemical way. I merely found it interesting, and I thought others might find it interesting as well. But whatever the case, let's get to the clips, which will run for about 7.5 minutes. I hope you find these as interesting as I do. I think it's interesting. But either way, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll link to my sources, of the different video clips in the description. All right, with that, enjoy, and God bless.
Point. Look, there is a rawi, there is a narrator by the name of ᶜImran ibn Ḥiṭan, right? This guy is one of the leading Khawarij of his time. Leading Khawarij of his time. He's from the Tabi'een era. Yeah, he is used by Bukhari on more than one occasion in his hadith. At least two come to my mind straight away, where he is being quoted by Imam Bukhari. He's one of the people Imam Bukhari uses as a narrator, as in he's trustworthy. This guy would openly, if you look at the Sirah Alam al-Nubala, if you read Fathul Bari, Ibn Hajar's statement on him, this guy would openly praise Ibn Muljim for killing Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh. Openly. In fact, he has a very famous poem saying that when he struck Ali in the head to kill him, that strike was a strike full of taqwa. And like it's blessed and so on and so forth.
The Khawarij that came after used to make poetry for him. Ya darbatan min taqiyyin. Is another poet, another Khariji is saying Ya darbatan min taqiyyin ma arada bihi. The smacking of a righteous man who did not intend from his striking except to earn the face of Allah. Inni la adkuruhu. Sometimes I remember him, he's saying what that man earned, and I wish I can get it as well.
He would openly say these things. Yet Bukhari took from him. Bukhari said, oh, he's okay because he was from the worshipping people of this ummah. What kind of, let's be honest people, I want to ask you a question. I'm not Shia. I disagree with the Shia on their points. I support, the stance of, and my videos are very clear for Muawiyah radiallahu an. I'm not, and the Shia know this about me. I'm not but let's be honest. If we had somebody praising Lu'lu' al-Majusi for killing Umar radiallahu an. Let's say there's a narrator in the Tabi'een who writes poems praising the murderer of Umar. Would we accept him? So why do we accept the one who's praising the person who murdered Ali radiallahu an? Like this is just ridiculous. Like we are just so drowned in prejudice and bias. The point is that anybody, these were all great companions. Sayyidina Ali, Sayyidina Umar, I believe these were all great companions of the Prophet. They were all very close to the Prophet. Sayyidina Ali was murdered by Ibn Muljim. some guy openly praises him, and he remains praising him till his deathbed. In fact, Ibn Hajar writes in Fathul Bari, some people said he did tawbah, this guy. He says, no, he didn't. He says, هذا بعيد. Now, yet Bukhari accepts him, so we accept him. You know, वाह, आपने कहा और हमने मान लिया. You know, the hypocrisy that we have, and this is why it infuriates a lot of the Shia people. But can you blame them? Because here's a guy who's killed Sayyidina Ali, and here's somebody who follows that person and praises him all the time, writes poetry, not only praising him, but praising that he killed Ali. And then Sunnis say, yeah, this guy is fine. We can take from him. But we can't take from Imam Ja'far or any of the Shia Imams if it's in a Shia book, when they're describing that Hussein used to wear earrings. Why? Oh, because it's coming from... That's just stupid. Let's just be honest. I'm trying to be fair. So, although people act like, oh my God, kill the apostate, that's all nonsense. It's a tragedy in Islam that we, you know, Ahl Sunnah, the Sunni Hadith scholars and giants and legends of Hadith had a soft spot in their hearts when it came to the Khawarij. You know, the extremist, hateful butchers of this early Ummah, the kind of fathers of ISIS, who were known as the Khawarij. They hated the companions, considered most of the companions to be kuffar, disbelievers. They are the people who eventually martyred Sayyidina Ali radiallahu an, and they tried to kill Sayyidina Muawiyah radiallahu an. They tried to kill Amr ibn al-As radiallahu an. They didn't manage to kill them successfully, but they killed other people, and they butchered people. They were ruthless, the Khawarij. They were the first major internal threat that Islam faced. Now, the tragedy is that Sunni Hadith giants and legends seem to have had I don't know why, but a soft spot in their heart when it came to the Khawarij. Like, they seem to accept their stuff. And they seem to say, oh yeah, but they're okay. But you see, now this is interesting. But if it was a Shia, a lot of the times they wouldn't. They'd be very vocal against the Shia later on. Or they were very vocal against the Mu'tazila. Or they were very vocal against people who said the Quran was created, for example. But when it came to the Khawarij, who considered it okay to shed blood and kill people and do all of this, they seem to be kind of like, yeah, but he's a good guy, you know. But I'm serious, like Ikramah is a Khawarij. He's from the Khawarij. And he transmits this hadith, that whosoever, he's the sole transmitter of this hadith in Bukhari, that whosoever changes his religion, kill him. I mean, tell me something. If ISIS said that, if ISIS said, oh, here's a teaching to do with killing, would you take it from them? Now, here is a transmitter who is known, Imam Malik. This was the reason Imam Malik didn't like Ikramah, and he didn't like the fact that people took from him. And Ibn Umar and other companions openly they spoke against this person, that he was bloodthirsty, that he was one of the, and he wasn't just a normal, he was like a leader. He had a position amongst the Khawarij. But anyway, and he transmits, check this out, and they used to hate Ali radiallahu anhu. He says Ali burnt people to death because they changed their religion, and we're going to take his word for it. But anyway, so that's on us as Muslims, we've kind of slipped up on that. But anyway, I want